Good morning, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. Are you guys with me today? Stay with me, my friends. I feel very emotional about this message I'm about to give. I told myself I'm not going to yell, I'm going to save my voice, but I feel very passionate about it because this is what the world needs right now, my friends. You know something I've discovered and why I'm so grateful for many of you? You can hear my voice. Now you might think that sounds strange, but do you know what I've discovered? As you raise yourself into these higher dimensions, as you come into these higher frequencies, a funny thing happens. People can't hear your voice anymore. People can't see you anymore. Your words have gotten too high for them. Where I can go to someone and share the simple message of Asha that God is all good and has no attributes of the evil spirit, and they can't hear it. And it's very frustrating, my friends, but it's too high for them. And I've explained this to you before. It's like a dog whistle. Maybe the human ear can't hear it, but it still exists. Or there's different frequencies of light, right? The ultraviolets, and that our eyes aren't made to pick up, but they're there. And that's why there can be angels and spiritual beings all around us here that we don't pick up with our eyes or with our ears, but they're there. They're on higher frequencies. Did someone just get that today? And my friends, I'll speak truth, and the average person cannot hear it. I've actually spoken truth, said nothing more than God is all good. And I had a person want to throw me off of a balcony. And it made me think of Jesus. He was in the temple teaching the all-good, loving Father, not the one that eye for an eye and go in and kill the men, women, and children and stone the woman caught in adultery. But he was teaching the all-good, loving Father. And do you know what they did? They grabbed him and they were running him out of the city to throw him off of a cliff. They can't understand it. They can't make sense of it. And so it actually makes them want to kill. My friends, what did Jesus say? He said to the Pharisees, "You are of your father, the devil. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning." My friends, look at most world religions. They're murderous. They're hateful. They're angry. They're greedy for gold, my friends. And so here we come, just a small band preaching the highest truth, saying things like God is all good and has no attributes of the evil spirit. He doesn't get angry. He doesn't want you to kill men, women, and children. He doesn't want you to war. He doesn't want you to suffer, because he's a loving Father and we're all his children, and he wants us to get along and play nice and be kind and love each other, love the animals, love the earth, be good, be God, be like Daddy. But here's what's happened, my friends. The prophets will come and they'll show you again what God truly looks like. But then man gets back in there, and the evil spirits get in there, and those demons in those frequencies that you can't see, they're fighting against you, trying to pervert your mind, whispering in your ear things to make you angry and jealous and greedy, and you start to lose sight of who God is, and all of a sudden your God gets mixed, my friends. He loves sometimes and he'll hate sometimes. He's at peace sometimes and he's war sometimes. And mankind looks like that because that's the energy, the God that they've brought in to their life. Let me show you something. Will you stay with me? You guys still there? Here's the Gathas. This is the teachings of Zarathustra, the original monotheistic religion that taught God is all good. He has no attributes of the evil spirit. Mankind had lost that. Zarathustra brought it back. My friends, he taught a God that's all good. And then we align ourselves with that all good God. And then we're going to create that in our world. A horrible thing happened. Priests got involved, man got involved, greed got involved, anger and violence got involved, and they started. Here's all my texts that were written after that by the Magi priest, and in it is some of the worst stuff you've ever read, my friends. So they went from being a follower of Zarathustra and the all-good God, and they created a religion, my friends. And some of the worst atrocities I've ever read are in the Zoroastrian religion. I've never shared with you because I was ashamed. Do you know what they would do to someone who touched a dead body? They would put them in a cage. They would torture them for the rest of their life, treat them like an animal. Right before they died, they would skin them alive and then burn them. Wow. Does that sound good, God, to you? How did they get so perverted? When you go back and read the history of the Magi priests, and the people were shocked at how violent and angry they were. Talked about when they'd go and kill a snake or a scorpion, they did it like they loved it. They had vengeance and hate for it, my friends. And somehow they lost these simple little teachings. They added all of this, and they added attributes to God that aren't His. We see it in Judaism. My friends, do you realize that Moses told them, the soldiers, to go in and kill the men, women, and children? The soldiers didn't want to kill the women and children. They took mercy on them. Moses made them go back. The soldiers told the women and children, we're not going to kill you. That's not right. Moses brought them in and said, no, you're going to kill them right now because I told you to. God is telling you to, right? They always had God backing up their words, but not really. False prophets, my friends. God doesn't want you to kill women and children. God doesn't want you to put people in a cage and torture them, skin people alive, burn them alive. My friends, we are all God's children. God wants us to get along. God is the loving Father. He wants His kids to get along and play nice and treat the animals nice and treat the earth nice and to love and to be like Him. But we don't know what He looks like anymore. And when I bring Asha back, people can't hear me. People can't see me. My friends, Krishna and Arjuna. I mean, when you think of Krishna, and the Hindu people, they're so nice when you meet them. But think about the story in the Gita. You know, Arjuna's looking across the field and he sees his friends and family and he says, I don't want a war. I don't want to kill them. I'd rather not have all this material stuff and not kill. And what did it said that Krishna said, which is supposed to represent God here, do your duty and go kill them. My friends, we've let the world religions, the priest, the wrong energies take control of our religions. And this world will never see peace, will never see world peace, as long as our idea of God good hates and wars and kills and gets angry and gets jealous. My friends, wake up. God is all good. And I'm going to title this extra long message today, Asha, a safe place. You know what my heart's desire was that I was praying to God? I said, God, at least give us the power to just take a little part of this earth and make it a safe place. Make it where God rules, love rules, peace is, joy is, kindness. Give me the power, God, to make that happen. Do you know what He spoke to me? He said, I already did. It already exists. It's called Asha, my perfect idea. The perfect Creator's perfect idea. What else could He make? Already exist. You just have to raise your dimension to get into it. Here's the mistake I was making, my friends. I wasn't thinking personal enough. It's easy to watch the news and see all the suffering going on, and it drags you down into it. My friends, we got to stay high. We got to stay in Asha. And my friends, you know, I think of the word Emmanuel, God with us. And when God is with us, the true God, we're in that peace, we're in that love, we're in that joy, we're in that kindness. We got to stay in that. It already exists, and now we just got to bring people into it. Don't go back down to the lower vibrations. Don't look around at the people that are suffering because of their wrong idea of God, because they're holding those low vibrations of hate and fear and greed and war and lust and perversion. Of course, they're going to create a horrible world, my friends, but we need to stay in Asha, the safe place, the good place, and then invite others in. And even though it's frustrating because I feel like they can't hear me, I've been saying it for years, and I don't know if they can't hear me or they're scared to hear me. They're scared their God will take vengeance on them. My friends, Asha is a safe place. Asha is the perfect Creator's perfect idea. It's truth. It's the real above all real. It's what was and in truth is and shall be. Everything else is lie and illusion. It's the lower dimensions that will burn away when the fire of truth is revealed. my friends, come into these higher vibrations. What is it, Magus? Just tell me. I'm tired of games. I'm tired of riddles. I'm tired of reading text after text, going to temples and churches and not getting substance. What is it, Magus? Just tell me. My friends, here it is. God is all good. God and good are the exact same things. God has no attributes of the evil spirit. You've been lied to. He doesn't hate. He doesn't get angry. He doesn't get jealous. He's not a trickster. He doesn't make deals with devils. He doesn't tell people and soldiers to go in and kill his other children. He is all love. That's his nature. And in love, there is no hate and fear and greed. He's all light. And in light, there is no darkness. He's peace and there's no discord. That's who God is. So now, look, we just restored his image. Just like Jesus did. Just like Zarathustra did. Now we're doing it. We restored God's image. Now we emulate that. My friends, we be just like Daddy. No matter what's going on around us, how anyone else is acting, we are going to be like Daddy. We're going to be love. We're going to be light. We're going to be peace. We're going to be joyful. We're going to be kind, because that's who we are. And here's what happens. It's called resonance, my friends. When you're vibrating like that, you come up into higher dimensions, higher frequencies. And now you start creating a better world in your life. Now God is in you and you live in God. That is living in Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea. A safe place, a beautiful place, a kind place, a loving place. My friends, take your eyes off the suffering that people have created on themselves in the world. Don't let them drag you into that. I realize they're suffering. Of course we have empathy, but the way we're going to get them to come into a better way of life, my friends, to save this earth, to save this planet, is not to join them in that mess, my friends, but to stay up high and keep calling them up, my friends. Keep speaking the truth. How many of you have shared Asha with someone since you've been following me? Be honest. How many of you have shared this with a family member or friend? How many of you have gone on your phone right there or your computer and hit that little share arrow and given it to someone that needs it right now? Do you know how many people have told me they didn't commit suicide because they found Asha? Do you know how many people told me, thank you, Magus. You introduced me to God. Before, I was miserable. I was in a living hell in my own mind because I thought that God was a mean, angry God. And they were creating hell in their own life, my friends, and they got set free. And when they got set free from that, they got set free from depression and anxiety and all kind of mental disorders. And do you know what happens when you get set free from mental disorders? You get set free from physical disorders. Asha 13, my friends. When your spiritual world becomes straight, your material world comes into order. I'm going to close this out with reading from an Asha 13 because that is my all-time favorite. You guys know that. If you got Asha, go ahead and flip there to Asha 13 and read with me. It says the original word, that original word, my friends, the perfect creator's perfect idea, this very Spirit of God. It says the original word is that all good comes from the Creator and no evil comes from Him. From this original word is the spiritual world made straight and the material world brought into order. The original word of false religion is that evil comes from the Creator, and in this false idea is all the evil that creatures suffer. You want to end suffering today, my friends? Restore His image. He's all good. God is all good. God is all good. God is all good. God is all good. All love, all peace, all joy, all kind. And He has no attributes of the evil spirit. You've been lied to. My friends, He doesn't hate. He doesn't war. He doesn't kill. He does no evil spirit things. Align yourself with that all good God and let's create Asha here on earth. Share this message with people today, as many as you can, not just today, every day, my friends. And most important, you want to share this message, vibrate high. Sometimes, our words are important, but our vibration is important. Sometimes you can just give someone a hug and love, and it can change their vibration. We can rise them up to higher vibrations, my friends, better lives, a better world, peace on earth. Guys, I love you so much. Proud of everything you're doing. Asha by Winston Head, available at Amazon. You guys know this by now. I want you to go leave a review because I love you guys and I love this word and I want to share it with everybody we can. We'll see you next time.